Hello all, welcome to DIY channel on YouTube. We have Tamil and English technical videos on how to do videos and DIY project videos in our channel. So if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe it. And coming to today's topic, what we are going to see today is how to host a basic website in a hosting provider, getting our own domain name and getting our own identity on online. So that's what we're going to do. This is something like a beginner level video it is. So what we'll do is we'll all at times we feel like we need some online identity where we could share our ideas, blogs, or whatever. I mean, cooking videos, or you are a technical person, a technical blog, or your travelogue or something. So we all need most of the time we want our website to be hosted on the internet and share our ideas. So this video that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to show you for a beginner, if you're wondering how do I host a website of mine, so on internet, and what we need to do. So this is what we are going to do today. So there are lots of options. There are many free options, and there are paid options as well. So I'm just going to tell you about a least paid option today. So which we can trust when you compare to free options available over the internet. Let's go into the actual content. What I'm going to show today is we'll do a basic ASP.NET site, and we'll do a hosting on a Windows server. So before going into the actual hosting part of it, it would be great if we know some concepts of hosting a website on the internet. So primarily we need three things if you want to host a website of your own. So first thing is you just choose on what website, what technology website you're going to host. If it's a static page, it's just HTML, simple and fine. You need not worry about any other technological concern. You can choose any hosting. Okay, and then if you're you can even if you are like me, who is mostly on .NET background, if you look to host on Windows, then if on .NET, mostly on Windows, I mean, even the .NET Core supports Linux as well, but let's stick to .NET Framework, which is only Windows only host for in this video at least. So the option is the first thing is you need to see what is the website you are constructing of. Is it a HTML site, which is often we call as static contents without any dynamic contents? Then you don't have to worry about any restriction. Just go ahead with any hosting, either Windows or Linux hosting. Or if it is a .NET hosting, which is only a .NET framework, then you should be going on a Windows hosting. If it is a WordPress or a Joomla or a PHP or Python or Node.js, whatever it is, you can choose either a Windows or a Linux hosting. Linux is better, though Windows supports these things, but if you choose any open source technologies, just PHP or Python, Node.js, I think going with Linux is easy. So that's one thing. So the first thing is what is the technology your site is made up of is the first thing you need to do. That's the first component we require to host our site. So it's a site, what you need, your site files is the first thing you need. The next is a domain name you need. So for example, the page what you see here is like a GoDaddy. GoDaddy is one of a domain provider and a hosting provider. So domain name is the identity. How do you put it in an address bar and reach the site? So you need a domain name, internet domain name. You need to buy this domain name if you want your own identity. There are some free domain names, but I think let's not concentrate on that. Let's go with some, I mean, if you want on .com or .in, it's not free. You need to pay per yearly basis. You could go to godaddy.com, bigrock.com. There are many domain name registrars on the internet. Let's go with GoDaddy here, and let's not speak about which is best in this video. Let's go do it in a different video. So as I said, the second component you require is a domain name. So the domain name is paid per year. So it will be around 600 700 rupees if you are in India, or around $10 10 US dollars if we are outside India. So almost on the same range every domain registrar provides. You need to buy one domain name. So that's the second component. The third component you require is an actual hosting. Where do you host your website files? The content what you prepared in the first component, you need to copy it to a hosting space. So the third is hosting space. If it's a .NET, as I said, should be in Windows. If it's a rest of all, you can go with a Linux space. So there are on speaking about the plans, the amount what you need to pay for hosting, it differs. Let's see what GoDaddy offers for buying a space. So what we see by default is an web hosting for a shared hosting. Shared hosting is nothing but there will be a server which will be shared by multiple websites. That's why it is cheap. So these are all like multiple packages they have. I mean, these are all again they will be using shared hosting. This everything. VPS is like a private server for you, so that's why it is a bit costlier. And dedicated server is purely dedicated to you and so costlier. So for now, like if you are a beginner, I think go with the basic plan, and then you can buy that, which is 99 per month. So since we are going to do an Windows hosting today, let's go with an Windows server and see how much it is. So Windows also comes to the same price. At least this is an India specific site. So if you are whatever country you are, you can go check it out. And so it's 99 per month. And that is economy. So I use most of my sites on economy. It's bit I mean it's a good hosting provider, GoDaddy. So that's a very less downtime, but it works for me. So I'm using it, and there is around it handles my traffic is around 50k per month on the average. So it was able to 50k hits. It was able to manage with the economy. So this cheaper option. So I'm right now using that option as well. So for this video, let's buy a starter pack 99 just for 1 month, so that I could show you. So so as I said, to recap, it's a 3 component you need. You need your website files. If it is dynamic or whatever, you need to follow whatever things I have just said, and based on the technology, you choose between Windows or Linux. Linux works for open source. For .NET, Windows works. And second is you need to buy a domain name. Third is you need to buy a space. So let's do right now. Go ahead and do a shopping. For now, let's buy for per month like 19 rupees Windows hosting. I'll say add to cart. So you can even buy anywhere, like wherever you are hosting your, or whatever you choose. You choose anything and do some background work, check reviews of what it works, and then buy it out. And okay, it's 119. I don't want it's a test thing, so I want to review as much as I can. So it's 199 rupees. It comes to 200 rupees per month. So let me go ahead and continue. 1 month. So entry level hosting with Plex Windows. I added already. I will remove it. Okay, let me pull my. Okay, I'll complete my purchase. So I have got my hosting now. So we can go ahead and let's wait for some time. It takes some time to get your account set up. So right now I have bought a hosting space, which you could see in some time. So let's wait for that. And I said like we need a domain name. If you have a domain name, you can. If you want a domain name, you can use even GoDaddy, buy your own domain name. DIY Tamil. If you see. Okay, it's available. Likewise, whatever the name you chose, you just buy that as well. You see that the amount what we paid just now is only for the hosting space. You need to buy this per the minimum purchase term is a year. So 149 they say, but it's just an package. It'll come around 500 to 600. Right now I'm not going to buy it because I will try to use a domain. If you want, you need to buy this for sure. Let's do it without a domain name, and like I will show you how a hosting works. and then you can purchase a domain name and you can link your hosting with that. So the one thing you need to notice, like you can buy your domain name in a different registrar and hosting with different registrar. It perfectly works. You just need to do a domain name configuration when you do this. So right now we'll use the domain name in GoDaddy and the hosting also in GoDaddy, but nothing prevents you, stopping you, like if you want to buy hosting somewhere and domain name somewhere. It's just matter of like configuring your domain name configuration. So that's it. So if you buy your domain name from a different registrar, like for example a different BigRock, where you buy your domain, and then if you buy your hosting space here, it works fine. You need to just update the once you get your hosting space, it will give you an IP. You need to take that IP and update your domain name and the name servers on the DNS, so it will get linked off. Right now we'll see what happened to our hosting. Let's see if you have got your hosting space ready. Okay, we got our space, entry level hosting with Plex. Plus is nothing but an it's a web based control panel to access your space, do some configuration. That's it. Let's go set up it. Okay, enter your domain name or subdomain name. If you have a domain name purchased, you need to go with this. This is a site I have already hosted, so I will not use that. Enter a domain name. I will just for now. You need to enter your domain name, diythermal.com. Okay, let's choose a data center is where you need to place your servers. Just go ahead and finish it. So it's getting set up. Let's wait for some time so that. So and then like we'll prepare some quick things to test whether our space works fine. We'll prepare one a small HTML file, so that we'll first copy this HTML file and see if it works, and then I have prepared a sample ASP.NET site, just an template site which comes by default with Visual Studio. So that's what it does. So it's just a sample site. First we'll copy our use our HTML page, see everything works, and then we'll copy this content so that we'll see if it works. So the configurations are done. Let's go to dashboard. So we can see for now I have not bought my domain. I have just given a domain name and you can see the IP address over here. So you have this all set up. You can see number of websites we can host with this plan is 1. This space they are giving 30 GB, and wow, okay, they are giving a MySQL 2 into 1 GB. That's fine. Okay, they didn't put it there, but they are giving a MySQL. Okay. And we have not purchased a backup plan, and no, we don't have an SSL certificate as well. It's for that transport layer security, which we do not like. It's something like we can see it on future. So this is the, like I said, this is just a space we bought. To manage that space, GoDaddy provides a plus admin. So that is what the button says here, and it's a login. So you can change the password if you want. You click this and you can just access your space. You can configure the technology behind it, like ASP.NET version or something, and then the virtual directory setting. So now let's log into our plus admin. Get the username. Okay, and then log in. Okay, you can see what are the settings you can access from here. You can also, if you want to, instead of FTP, you can even upload your files from this control panel. But let's try to do it with an FTP. FTP access. Okay, if that's a default account already created, let's try to access it. Okay. The default password what you use to log in the control panel. So this is where the space what you got where we have procured right now with our basic plan, starter plan. So this is where you need to copy your files. So already there is a default things coming under. So let's try to access and see if something is coming up. I didn't have a domain name purchased yet, so I'm just since I have not purchased it, let's do one thing. I'll do a just this is because I have this is a test video. I have not bought the domain name just to save some 600 bucks. In your case, you would have bought it. You would have bought the domain name, and on the step where you have chosen the domain name, you would have chosen. You should choose your domain name, and then you would have came to this place. So as a shortcut in Windows, what I will do is like I will open my host file and add a domain name entry in my local host file. Go to drivers, DC. Let me open it in Notepad, and I will add the you need not do this if you have bought a domain name. So I'm just bypassing the domain name purchase. So I have done. I'm going to do this. In your case, you need not do this. Just note it down. If you have a domain name, you need not do this. diy-tamil.com. So this will ensure the domain name works perfectly, at least in the local. It might not work in internet, but on this system it works. So let's not get confused. This is just I'm bypassing the domain name purchase. You should purchase your domain name and then just go ahead with that FTP : / domain name, and you'll be able to access your space as well. So right now I'm bypassing that, so I'm just going to add it on my host file. So right now I want to check if this domain name will resolve the IP address I have done. Let's ping that. So it works. So it gets resolved to the IP address 192.50.141. something. Let's see if that is the IP address. Yes, so it successfully resolves. Let's see. By default, as I have shown you, there are some files already copied. Let's see what that files contains. So this is the site, this is the content we have. So let's see, go ahead and paste our test HTML page and see. I'm just going to my stuff. I'm just going to paste my index.html. Let's access diy.tamil.index.html. So superb. So our page comes now. So it's time to deploy our site. Go, say publish. Let's not publish directly with FTP. Let's do it in a local folder for now, and then we'll manually copy the content. Before that, let's get rid of all the content which is already there. We don't need that. So all done. Let's see. Let's go and refresh. Let's see what we get now. Beautiful. Some error we get. This because like I said, there are some configuration has to be done on the site to work, like ASP.NET configurations. We have not done that yet. the version what we use, the .NET version what we use should match your ASP.NET version on the hosting side. So 4.7.2, which is nothing but ASP.NET 4.0. Let's see what is the ASP.NET versions. So this is where you need to change the version if you want. I think it's all perfect. Then we need to figure out what's the problem with our site. So it's not like as we guessed, the versions are perfect. Let's do a custom, let's turn off our custom error so that we could see what exactly the error is. Let's do custom errors mode off. Let's copy that later. Let that config. Copied. Let's go and refresh. Let's try to find out if we get some inputs. Some code access security by default. So the test application is not, I mean, this is a shared hosting and we bought a very simple starter plan. So they have so much of restriction because it's a shared hosting. Let's try to find out if there is we go to the ASP.NET settings to mode here as well. So let's give it full. So now refresh. So we get the group policy error again even after setting the code access security policy to be full. The actual problem what you can figure out from here on the error is like you could see again the security policy prevents you to do an compiler the csc.exe. So let's go ahead and see our web.config, and this is the one which is causing this, which GoDaddy on their shared platform never allows. Just comment it out and copy your web.config into your hosting, and then let's go ahead and refresh it now. Okay, now I have. Okay, so perfect. So our .NET site comes up perfectly fine. So what we have seen is like we have seen how to change the configuration on a control panel. So the code access security policy what we set here is like all can be done on whatever hosting provider. They will give you an control panel something like this, where you could access ASP.NET settings, IIS settings and hosting settings, where you could control various settings of your ASP.NET and IIS. What you generally do it on when you log into a server, IIS server, do it with iNet Manager. You can do it on from the web front end. So do this, so you'll be able to host your site. So hope this would have helped you to basically see how to host an website yourself if you are a .NET developer, and if you have a .NET site, you need to buy a domain name and then hosting space, and then log into your hosting account, copy your files on an FTP path, and then do some settings on ASP.NET, and then just comes up. We also done some debugging so that it helps you. So this sort of debugging, little bit debugging may come on your hosting provider as well, on a shared hosting mostly, where you have little control, because the shared hosting means there are multiple sites hosted on that server what we bought. That's why it is very cheap. So there will be some restriction, that's why. So otherwise, if you go for a dedicated server hosting or something which is costlier, but you have your own independence, it's your server. So that's what simple hosting means. So that's how we have done. If you have a domain name bought from a different server, what you need to do is like manage. For example, go here. I'll show you. I have a domain name. You just go manage. Say manage DNS. So this is where you will have an IP address, right? Wherever the hosting, just update this A record. Similar that this is what you call DNS management, DNS entry manager, what I called. You need to say update, say this host is at refers to your root domain, which is whatever if in our case it is di-tamil.com, in your case whatever your name.com or your blog, whatever blog.com, and this is your hosting IP address, and then have TTLS 600 to propagate. So that's it. Set this, it will automatically work. If you want to get the domain name servers, you will get from the from wherever you have bought the domain name. Just get the domain name servers, change this domain name servers, update it here. That's it. Enter my own domain name, and that's it. You will be able to set your site up and running. This is how you will set an domain name. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. We'll come up with different beginner level videos like this, so it will be helpful. And subscribe my channel if you have not yet. Thanks for watching.